Round 20 was epic for many reasons. There were the incredibly close contests, the players making inspiring comebacks, and controversy at every turn. For AFL Fantasy coaches, it was all about the qualifying and elimination finals. Continuing the trend of recent weeks, Round 20 was a high-scoring affair. The weekly winner, Anthony Crutchley, was able to rack up a whopping 2,780 points with his team full of midfield beasts that saw half a dozen of his Chargers score more than 130 points. Although Team Crutch dominated the round, the best possible 22 racked up an almighty score. If you nailed the highest point scorers per position, 3,103 points would have been your Round 20 total. Find the Traders podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud. In this week's episode, owned by 16% of fantasy classic coaches, Andrew Gaff is a big talking point ahead of Round 21. Roy, Calvin and Warney look at the best trade options as the Eagle looks likely to be on the sidelines for the remainder of the fantasy finals. A range of other players, including some unique options, are analyzed by the boys. Your questions from social media are answered in a bumper episode to help you get set for the fantasy semi-finals. Episode Guide 215: The fallout from Calvin's big captain call. 520 monster scoring across the weekend. 825 how the boys fared in round 2013-30 news of the week. 1745 fantasy scores from the reserves. 1950 Roy orders his rolling 2223-20. Trending teams for scores for and against. 25-15 Gaff trade options, a unique trade. Captain options for underdogs. 34.00 your questions answered. 51.00 Roy, Calvin and Warney's trade plans. Join the conversation. Find at Roy, at Calvin and at Warney and AFL Fantasy on Twitter, and like the AFL Fantasy Facebook page. Get more expert advice from the traders in the Fantasy Hub.